Okay, so I'm in the Roadtrek Simplicity and I'm getting ready to do some dinner right now. Tonight I'm going to be making a pot of white rice, and then I'm also going to make a beef chop suey with bean sprouts and vegetables. And tonight the wine is Coastal Estates BV Cabernet Sauvignon, and I've been really liking this wine lately. I know nothing about them, but I've been trying it, and I've bought it a few times. I really like it. Anyway, I'm starting off with a couple of cups of water, a little salt, and a spoon of olive oil in there. I'm going to throw in a cup of rice and get it going from there. So I'm going to be cooking in the Roadtrek Simplicity. This is Rocky's little dog bed. We always keep his little bed right between us, and we usually flip one of the chairs around just for comfort. What I really like about our Roadtrek is my pantry. I'll show you in 1 second. And this just pops right out, and in here I have, boy, I fit a lot of different things in here. Anyway, I keep my rice in my little tub. I'm going to make a little white rice, and this is just really a cool feature inside the Roadtrek Simplicity, and that's this pop-out storage bin for your food. Really like it. That I do like is our 5 cubic foot refrigerator freezer. Has a lot of room for everything you need. We went to Yellowstone a couple of weeks ago, and boy, I could put a couple of weeks worth of food in there really easy. A lot of space. Okay, so anyway, I'm heating up my water to make my rice. And by the way, I always like using my fantastic fan. That's an absolute must when you cook them in the Simplicity. Ventilation anytime that you're cooking with propane, natural gas, and that's what we're using right now is natural gas. Okay, so I'm making some white rice. Real simple. I use 2 cups of water, 1 cup rice, just about a half teaspoon of olive oil and a pinch of salt. Bring my water to boil. I put my rice inside. I do rinse my rice off really good just to wash it, and then I add that to my boiling water, and then I bring it to let it boil until the water reduces a little bit, just above the layer of rice. Now I'm going to lower my flame. I'm going to make my flame really nice and low, and I'm going to put a cover on it, and I'm going to let this go for probably about 15 more minutes. Voila, rice is done. I don't use a rice maker. I make real rice. Anyway, so now I'm going to start my, I'm going to make a beef chop suey for tonight to go with this rice. So I've got a New York steak. I'm going to slice this up, and I got some bean sprouts. I got a bunch of vegetables, and we're going to saute all that up and make a beef chop suey to go with this white rice. Okay, so I've got my meat chopped, and by the way, I love this California extra virgin olive oil. It is a first cold press, and it's organic. Really good stuff, and it's grown out here in California by Olive Ranch. My rice is done, so I just set this here on the back burner, and now I'm going to start my chop suey. And so I'm heating up my, I've got a nice big saute pan, and I'm heating up some olive oil, and I'm going to add my New York steak strips to it. That's coated with about 3/4 of a teaspoon or tablespoon of cornstarch, garlic powder, and some pepper, or you can use fresh garlic. Okay, so I just added in my New York strip pieces. And, you know, if I was at home, I would add some dry sherry to this. Once the meat starts cooking, dry sherry is really good, or Shaoxing rice wine is very good in chop suey also. And either one of those would go in after you do your steak and your aromatics. Your aromatics are garlic and your your pepper and all that kind of stuff. I'm not adding any salt because I will be adding soy sauce to this dish later on. This is where I take my rice and I like to fluff it up, and look how pretty and fluffy it is. It's not soggy, it's not dry, it's not hard, it's just beautiful, fluffy rice. That's perfect rice. Make perfect rice is 2 cups water, 1 cup rice, 1 teaspoon of olive oil, a little dash of salt. Be sure to wash the rice out before you cook it, and be sure to boil it down before you even cover it, and then you'll get some nice fluffy rice. Anyway, so right now I am working on my meat strips here for my chop suey. And again, I'm doing all this in my Roadtrek simplicity. I love this little kitchen. I just love cooking period. But this kitchen is really super efficient for an RV. I really like it. I've had a larger RV before, a 29-foot motorhome, and I used to do a lot of cooking in it. It had stove and all that kind of stuff, 4-burner stove. And I'll tell you, I don't miss it. I don't miss it one bit. These little Roadtreks, boy, I'll tell you, they're really made to be a good workhorse. Okay, to my sauteed meat, I just added my chopped vegetables. So, in this case, I've got zucchini, I've got yellow squash, I've got Peter Pan squash, and I've got mushrooms, and I've got bean sprouts. So now I'm going to saute this a little bit, and then I'm going to add my liquid. Okay, to my vegetables, I did add half a can of Swanson's beef broth. I'm going to bring all this to a boil and see how it thickens up, because there is some cornstarch on the meat. So again, I'm going to cook this down, and I'm going to really raise my flame on this so it can all cook together. And here I am with my tongs. Okay, this should really start bubbling in just a little bit. Take a little peek down here, get the flame up. Okay, so once that starts bubbling up, it'll start thickening up, and I'll keep you posted. Once I got everything to a boil, I did add about another teaspoon of cornstarch, and again, that's something you're going to have to see how much you need to add to make it really nice and make a nice sauce out of it. So now I'm going to add just a couple of spoons of soy sauce in here, and voila, you got chop suey. You can add different things to it. They got hoisin sauce, sesame oil. Sometimes when I really get into Chinese cooking, I add all kinds of different stuff to it. Again, like hoisin sauce, sesame oil, different things. But we're out here on the road, and this is really going to be delicious right here. So once my vegetables cook up just a little tiny little bit more, this will be done, and I'm going to serve it over white rice. Okay, so basically it's done. My sauce is nice and thick. Looks really good. I'm going to plate this up right now, and I'll give you a last shot before we go and have dinner. Okay, so this is my beef chop suey over rice, and good to go. We're going to go have dinner now.